Hello, everyone. My name is Legion Rex, aka Matt, and welcome to another wonderful episode of the G.A.P podcast, a generic anime podcast not affiliated with the clothing store The Gap, which we are not named after, and we would not love a sponsorship with. Hint, hint. Nuz, nuz.
Yeah, please, Gap. If you want to for some reason sponsor us, yo, we're available.
I like your clothes.
I wear your clothes all the time.
I am wearing your clothes currently, maybe.
We only wear Gap clothes.
Give us money.
No, with me, I have Shane, aka the Bearded One. How you doing today, Shane?
You know, when life gets you down, just remember that your life's not as bad as a dead samurai in an elevator.
We watched the show yesterday.
Screenshot for context. I'll send that to Matt later.
Yeah, screenshot for context. We watched the show yesterday, and it's absolutely amazing.
It's stupid.
It is so dumb. Okay, and with us, as you guys may have noticed, we have a guest with us.
We have our first special guest.
First special guest. He's here to help talk about the featured anime of the week, which is Fullmetal Alchemist. And he's a good friend of ours. Please welcome Josh.
Hello, my name is Josh, also known as Taco on the wonderful Discord. I am the #1 weeb in this world. I love anime and games, and yeah.
Honestly, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with you there because it's kind of true.
He is the biggest weeb I know.
Please welcome to the show my son, Josh.
Yep. Thank you guys for having me. I look forward to doing this. I've known Matt and Shane for quite a while now. Shane for about 2 years, and Matt
me for your whole life, son.
Yeah, no, I've known him for my whole life because he's my dad, and I've known.
I birthed
Matt.
him.
Yeah, you birthed me. Birthed me out of your vagoo.
Out of my vagoo. Okay, so, real quick before we get started here, we're slightly changing the format. Because at the end of the last episode, we said we're going to start with some news, and then we're going to go into our discussion about the featured anime of the week. We're going to add something.
We really want to.
We're going to add something onto the front of that because since we talked about all those shows coming out winter 2018 season, we decided that at the beginning of every episode, we're just going to briefly talk about the shows we are watching from the season and just give our general thoughts on them real quick
because we really want to talk about them. So
let's do that.
Okay, so we're going to start with our guest, Josh. So, Josh, what shows are you watching this season?
So I'm going to be watching 3 main shows this season. I'm watching Psyche K Season 2. I'm watching Seven Deadly Sins Revival of the Ten Commandments, and
which isn't getting simulcasted, but
yeah,
sadly. And then finally, I'm actually going to be watching Dagashi Kashi Season 2. Because I just finished Season 1, and I'm looking forward to more of it.
Yeah, I heard about Dagashi Kashi Season 2.
It's,
Was that on the list that we didn't
cover it because it's technically a short, so we didn't cover it, which is annoying.
Yeah, that's why I didn't recognize the name.
Yeah, we didn't cover it.
So, yeah, I love all of them. I'm probably the most excited for Psyche K Season 2.
Which hasn't started airing yet, I don't think.
I believe it's actually starting tomorrow.
I don't know. Don't quote us on that.
Do not quote us on that. I am not informed.
Yeah, please, don't take my word for it.
Seven Deadly Sins Season 2, the first episode's been out already, and it was absolutely wonderful. I was so happy to see it back. I am so excited for it because what's happened in the manga is so awesome so far, and the story just gets better. And, oh man, it's just wonderful. Psyche K, I mean, Christ, I loved the anime so much, funny as hell, and to see it coming back is so wonderful for me.
Yeah.
So, what are you watching, my dear friend Matt?
A lot.
A lot?
Yeah, I think we should end this section with Matt because he's got a ridiculously long list because he's insane.
I'm insane, but also I'm gonna go over brief. I'm not gonna go too in depth into them.
Yeah. Neither am I because that's gonna take way too much time.
And the thing is that me and Shane's lists overlap quite a bit. So
yeah, there's quite a few similarities there.
For example, For example, the best show of the season for
Show of the season
is fucking Pop Team Epic.
Oh,
Let's
yes, that's
fucking
right.
go.
Oh my god, it is amazing. Fucking hilarious. Listen, it's when the Crunchyroll 2019 Anime Awards coming out, that's getting like, this is going to be Yuri on Ice all over again, but Pop Team Epic.
It's gonna be
It's
or
so-
like potentially this year with the My Hero Awards.
Oh my god.
That's gonna hit the My Hero Award. We'll get to that.
Which honestly, I'm not at all upset about.
I'm
so.
not
No,
upset
you know
at
what?
that.
It's better than Yuri on Ice, which didn't deserve a lot of the awards it got.
Yeah.
A lot of the awards like are deserving.
Yeah, especially with a fan-voted award show like that, it feels like they were catering to a lot of people.
Yeah, when it's fan voted, it's always dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get.
But anyway,
Pop.
Team Epic.
It's
Yes.
fucking.
What the fuck is this show?
Meme the anime.
Meme.
Because when we talked about it last week when we were going through the list, we had literally no info on it.
And we still have no info on it, and we've seen 2
I
episodes.
still don't know what it is.
It is basically the best way I can say it is it's a parody. It's a parody of the parodies.
It's as we call it in our group, shit post the anime.
It
Yeah.
is. It is the ultimate shit post, and I don't
It
mind
is.
that because it's legitimately funny.
It's
is.
actually really well executed, and the humor is actually spot on.
Yeah.
Like,
They have such
like I'm
huge budget.
surprised how many of the jokes actually land.
Yes.
The fucking opening the season 2, the episode 2. I almost said season
my
2.
God.
The Pop Team Epic just starts a season 2 randomly.
Dude, we're 2 episodes in, and I already want a second
Yes.
season.
Yeah, dude.
You know what? The big reason why it's doing so good is that budget it has is so fucking big.
I don't understand how this show got such a huge budget.
I don't know.
It's
It is so good though because it lets them put so much effort into everything.
The show's
Yeah.
not even that popular in Japan. The only reason that
Really?
the original, like, okay, did you guys hear about like the fucking Nico reaction to those shit from Pop Team Epic?
No.
Japan hates it. They fucking hate this show.
Well, yeah, because Japan loves their idols, and when they make fun of it, they're like, "Oh, excuse me."
No, literally, straight up, this has the worst ratings of any anime that's ever aired on that.
Oh,
It's
actually-
ridiculous.
jeez, that actually sucks though.
No, I think
That-
it's funny though. This is the
That's-
exact type of show that would want a bad rating.
Yeah.
But that sucks though, because you know what? That just means it won't get a second season because.
I don't know. I think that
They might make a second
its
season just to piss
popularity.
it off.
I think its popularity in the West might push it over the edge and actually make it get a second season.
If they make a second season just to piss people off, that will be the greatest thing in history.
They will. This is the type of show that doesn't give 2 shits about what you think.
Nope.
I
nuh-uh.
would love that.
Yeah. All right.
And also, they're doing a print run of the manga.
Oh yeah. Which
There's a volume of the actual manga that's coming out at the end of the year,
and I'm excited.
and fuck, I want it.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so let's just quickly go through our lists, Matt, because
Yeah.
if we go in depth about all these shows, we're gonna be here forever.
Yeah.
So I'll start with my list. Obvious show of the season so far, Violet Evergarden.
I agree with that. Yeah. Violet Evergarden.
Fucking phenomenal.
Second episode was last night, and I fucking adore it. Literally, I think after 2 episodes, I'm pretty convinced that this will be my anime of the season. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's so gorgeous to look at.
I've seen previews of it. It looks wonderful. I do have to watch it when I get time.
Oh, you should. Yeah, it's so worth it.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, I really can't say anything about it that hasn't already been said. It's fucking phenomenal. Watch it. It did actually get simulcast in Canada, so
Really?
Yeah,
we're all good.
Yeah, just go. It's on Netflix, fully dubbed too.
Oh,
which
it's on Netflix. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's fully
Yep.
dubbed too, not just in English, but in like 7 languages:
Yeah, and like Spanish,
they're
French,
actually-
Dutch.
Chinese,
They're putting a lot of
German,
money into this.
Italian, Portuguese.
Yeah,
Who's the animation studio behind it?
KyoAni.
Kyoto.
Oh God.
Exactly.
Well,
So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
it's the same people who did Sound Euphonium too. So it's like that. It's
Oh,
that group.
really?
So
Yeah, Sound Euphonium was really beautiful.
oh, and this blows that out of the water, to be honest.
Yeah, I definitely gotta watch it then.
Yeah.
Uh,
Darling in the Franxx.
I liked it better when it was called Evangelion. Okay. Joking aside, this was fucking great.
Yeah, it was fucking fantastic.
This was fucking great. Albeit
it's so much different than other Trigger shows, mainly because A1's involved.
It's so. I wasn't expecting it to be as dark as it was. Like straight up, they kill a character we get to know in like the first episode.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they
Holy
do.
Crap. Damn.
They do, and dude, at least we're pretty sure we're pretty sure that
That's actually pretty
he's
dark,
dead.
man. Damn.
It's like it's very much like the design of everything looks exactly like Ava.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Wow. There's a lot of Ava fucking similarities.
From when I looked at the staff list, I think a couple of these people actually work on Ava. So
yeah, I was gonna say, because how many people from Trigger were originally from Gainax that did Eva?
Everybody.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Like that's probably why you're.
Yeah. It looks a lot like it. Like it's to the point though where it's really blatant. So I don't know where they're gonna go with it.
They could all. Yeah.
Yeah, it all has the themes of Ava too. Like the ideas, the whole like I don't like running away shit. When they brought that up, I'm like, it's fucking Ava.
Shinji, get in the damn Ava.
Yeah, he literally fucking messaged me like, it's fucking Ava.
Yeah, so Darling in the Franxx is pretty great. Fucking
I'm watching Cardcaptor, which is always great.
I am not. I had to dump an anime this season because I was watching so much, and unfortunately, Cardcaptor's got the shaft.
Great continuation from the first 2 episodes that are out at the time of this recording.
It's heard it's great, but just not enough time for me.
Fucking beautiful animation, Madhouse. Goddamn.
Are they simulcasting it or no?
They're gonna be simuldubbing.
Yep, it's simulcasted.
They're gonna be also simuldubbing it too.
It's
I know Shane said he's used to the Canadian dub, so it might be hard for him to.
I know.
Apparently they're recasting everybody.
But no, they're simulcasting it right now, and I believe this Wednesday the simuldub starts.
Yeah,
so
Alright, that's good.
Yeah.
A Place Further Than the Universe.
This came out of fucking
nowhere. Holy crap! This came out of nowhere.
Yeah. I remember when we talked about it in the previous episode, we both gave it no heed. We were both like, yeah, it looks alright.
We were just like, it looks, cute girls doing cute things, looks a bit generic, but it could be good.
Holy
shit. Crap.
Holy shit, this was great. I loved this. This was...
What's the premise behind it?
It's about a girl who, like, feels that she's done nothing with her... Like, she's in high school and she feels like she's doing nothing with her life and she wants to do things before she, like, finishes high school. So she decides, I'm gonna go to Antarctica.
Damn.
No, it's like, there's a girl who's like, I need to do things with my life, but she's one of those people who, when she's about to do something drastic, she, like, backs out at the last second. So she's, like, incredibly self-doubtful, but then she meets a girl who's basically the polar opposite of her, who doesn't care what people say about her and just does things that she wants to do. So she's like, yeah, my mother was an expeditioner, and she went to Antarctica and never came back, so I'm going to Antarctica to find her. And then she's like,
oh. Are we sure this isn't Citrus, guys?
Oh, God.
No sexual tension.
No.
None.
No. Fucking,
there isn't a scene where she just pushes her onto the bed.
What made me love Place Further Than the Universe was its fucking writing. The writing...
It's incredibly smart.
The writing in this show is really good. It runs the gambit from being really dramatic to fucking hilarious. And
it respects the intelligence of the audience.
Yeah, it's a very smartly written show. Probably, I think, honestly, it might be the best written show of this. Like, best in terms of writing, it's the best show of the season.
I can't argue that, because honestly, like, there's so many themes in the show that, like, resonate so well.
Yeah. And the characters are fucking great. Like, the cast is stellar.
The animation is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, Madhouse once again.
Oh my! Of course, Madhouse.
Madhouse is once.
Madhouse, infinite money, just infinite money.
Yeah, seriously.
Madhouse, just great, absolutely fantastic.
Nice. Speaking of citrus.
Oh God, don't tell me you're watching it.
No, I am not watching it.
Thank God.
I will be watching it, but
I'm
waiting. I will be watching it. I'm waiting for simuldub though, cause
I have my standards.
Exactly. I have standards. I have standards, and that I will wait for dub for this.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's see. Takagi-san.
I have not watched Tatai-san yet.
It's good. Not exactly what I was expecting.
That's why I'm waiting.
Because for Josh, I don't know if you heard about this. It's like a show. It's a show about like a couple of middle schoolers, and like the guy keeps getting teased by the girl, and he's like easily embarrassed. Yeah. Like Matt and I gushed over the show because it looked fucking adorable and incredibly relatable.
Yeah. I just saw all the memes about her forehead.
Yeah, her head's fucking huge. But yeah, it was good. Wasn't as good as I was hoping, which is kind of a shame, but it's still good.
Yeah, that's good.
It really took me by surprise because they go for a short story style format.
Is it
so it's like three little mini episodes every episode.
It's kind of like Hukame to Hakume and Mikochi, which I'm also watching.
Which you'll talk about. But with Takagi, I don't know if this can last 12 episodes because it seems to me like it's just gonna be the same punchline over and over again.
From what I heard, the manga gets like really good at some point. So like,
honestly, from what I've seen of the anime so far, it just seems like it's the same. It's just the same structure, like repeated constantly. Yeah. It's like, fucking Nishikata tries to do something to get back at Takagi, but she outsmarts him, and he gets flustered, and then she laughs.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
and then
if they keep going with this, it's gonna get old real quick.
Yeah,
I don't think they will though. The show, I don't think they will though. I'm watching, like I said, I'm watching Hakume and Mikochi, and that's another show that I was good, but not as good as I hoped it would be.
Exclusively on High Dive.
It is exclusively on High Dive, and it's the art style is gorgeous, but outside of that, it's pretty much like like when you see the word slice of life. This is the type of show you would think initially a slice of life is. We're literally
because I've heard that it's like the most slice of life show you can get, where there's like no conflict whatsoever.
There isn't.
It's just them doing shit.
The conflict for the first episode is that they lost their wallet.
Oh,
that's what it is.
No, my wallet.
Boy.
And how old are they? Like,
oh no, what will I do without my wallet?
Their ages are not specified. They're like, it's like the Secret World of Arrietty. They're like the people like that, and I think it's the show does heavily imply that they're adults in this. They're not teens. They're adults.
I was gonna say, if it's like teenagers, it's like, oh no, my $5.
Oh no, my quarter.
Oh no, my no money.
I needed that for 7-Eleven.
I needed that to buy one piece of candy.
Fucking no, but they're adults in this.
All right.
They also leave it ambiguous onto whether or not they're roommates or a couple. They leave it very ambiguous.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But
I thought they might have been sisters from like the art.
They're not sisters. They've confirmed that. Okay. So they're not sisters.
Please don't let this be a citrus.
I don't think it is citrus. It's nothing is citrus. Except citrus. I was
no.
Fucking but the art style is gorgeous, and there are moments that it's like really funny, but like outside of that, I'm gonna keep watching it only because of that art style. Outside of that, it's kind of just good. It's not great, it's just good.
Okay, Matt, now you need to lightning round the rest of your selection.
Yeah, we do. So Killing Bites is fucking stupid.
God, I want to watch the show, but it's not on Canadian Prime Video.
Yeah, and I don't know why.
And I went on the American site to try and watch it, and they're like, "No, this is restricted in your country. You can't watch it."
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not about to pirate this piece of garbage just to watch it.
Dude, it's fucking stupid, and it's actually kind of lit. Record of Grand Crest War leagues better.
You really like this
I
show.
loved this a lot more than I expected. It's definitely generic fantasy anime, the generic, but it's so well executed that it doesn't matter. Like the execution, this is an example of execution matters, and it's
Yeah. That's the thing. Like you could have the most generic show on the planet, but if it's executed properly, it can completely bypass all of its tropes.
Oh yeah, it bypassed a lot of its tropes. Plus, I just love the universe they created here.
Cool.
Beatless, massive disappointment.
I really wasn't expecting much from that show anyway, so I'm not surprised.
No, for the pedigree involved, this is a massive disappointment. For the fucking pedigree involved, the director of the original Fullmetal Alchemist attached to this.
Oh.
This was a big disappointment, especially with a cool ass concept, a great PV. This should have been something cool, but it wasn't. And that,
you know what? That happens all the time with every season.
Yeah, that's always what happens, and I'm pretty sure that's it for me.
No, you forgot After the Rain.
So,
you forgot After the Rain, Matt.
Oh fuck, I did forget After the Rain. Oh fuck, yeah, After the Rain is
literally just said that, and you were like, "Yep, moving on."
Oh fuck. No, fuck it. After the Rain, it's really good. It's really good. It's really good. I don't know what direction they're going with it, but that first episode was actually fucking great.
Because of the premise, they could go really weird,
really weird. But that first episode was fantastic. Probably the most, in terms of probably the most visual base of the series.
Yeah.
It actually shuts up. It shuts up. The entire the first 6 minutes have no dialogue.
Really?
Whoa. Okay, that's different.
Yeah. Oh, like no major dialogue.
That's
it's all like background shit.
That's different, but I actually like that. That sounds interesting.
It is, and it's a seinen too. Like it's a very adult romance too.
Ooh,
like it takes itself very seriously.
Yeah.
Which I very much appreciate. But anyways,
I appreciate when anime can shut the fuck up and let its visuals do the talking.
H and Magus, thank God that show exists. It's a breath of fucking fresh air. All right, so. Since we're done with the simulcast stuff,
pretty good season so far. Gotta say,
pretty good season. Let's hope none of them shit themselves in the second halves.
Let's hope that the best show ever made, Pop Team Epic, can handle 12 episodes of pure genius.
I'm worried about it.
Honestly, if it keeps going the direction it is, fuck, dude.
Yeah, so
let's move on to news.
Are you guys all ready for the news?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm fucking ready.
Okay, so first piece of news is that High School DD Hero finally has a release date. And it will premiere in April of 2018, meaning it will be ready for the spring season of anime.
Yeah, I'll be part of the spring season.
My right hand is ready.
Here it is. High School DD has been away for a while now, but that will all change this spring. The franchise announced a 4th season that will be dropping in 2018, and Passion, who's the new animation studio behind it, just let fans know when it is going live, so better mark your calendars for April. And according to new reports, it will be heading back to TV starting in April 2018. No exact date is tied to it right now, but there we go.
Thank fuck, man. I've been waiting for this for so long. You know what? A lot of people are complaining about the animation style. I like it.
I picked this news just for Josh.
Yeah, I've got nothing to say.
Yeah. Shane has not seen High School DD, so he.
Yeah, don't worry.
Oh, trust me, I've seen High School DD.
Yes, but have you seen?
Have you seen High School DD? But have you seen High School DD?
I've seen Massive Tits, the anime number 472.
Listen, you know what? It does show a lot of tits, but the story is actually really, really great.
Yeah, the story.
You know what? I agree with Josh there. It's actually like it's smarter. It's smarter written than League's other ones.
The tagline for the show is "Came for the plot, stayed for the plot."
Yeah. Pretty much.
Anyways, on to next news.
I got nothing to say about that.
On to the next news. Sanga of Tanya the Evil just announced that they will be doing it's getting a film, which will be a sequel film to the original anime.
Really?
So it is a sequel.
Okay.
That's
It is.
awesome.
That gives me an excuse to finish that first season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The official website for the anime adaptation of Carlo Zen and Shinbo Shinozuki's Saga of Tanya the Evil, also known as Yoju Senki, novel series revealed a teaser video and teaser visual drawn by Senkochi for the upcoming anime film on Tuesday. It was just back a couple weeks ago. The website also began streaming a television commercial for the original novel series. The commercial features clips from the anime because the 9th volume of the original novels are coming out, or at least it already came out in Japan. So, Saga of Tanya the Evil is a great show. If you've not seen it,
Yes,
I highly recommend
it
you
is.
should see it. See it.
Great animation. Animation is awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. I only saw the first episode, but I was hooked.
Yeah.
I think I've watched like 7 or 8, and the story is great. And
Yeah.
Yeah, so
the
it's a short season. It's only 12 episodes.
The
So.
animation is what got me. It was so gorgeous. Seeing like the
Yeah. Mhm.
World War One. I'm gonna say World War One era style of
Yeah.
nature and everything. I know
Yeah.
it's an alternate reality, but it's done great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, there were no plans to make a film or a sequel at all after the series finished, but because of the support of the fans and because the show became a sleeper hit in Japan, the film was greenlit. Plus,
Really?
apparently, the movie Dunkirk is going to be a massive influence on the film. So,
Oh god.
which
That will be that'll be an interesting one.
I just imagine this be the anime version of Dunkirk, so it's just an hour and a half of
God.
just nothing, just tension and destruction.
That will be scary.
I love I mean,
Okay.
if it's anything of the quality of Dunkirk, ooh. So
Yeah, Dunkirk was great. Dunkirk was great.
yeah, but Saga Tanya the Evil getting a sequel, no release date for it right now. It is,
Alright.
but it more than likely will probably be later this year.
Yeah.
All right. Next piece of news is actually one that is not directly it's anime based, but it's a little bit on the more serious side. Does any the voice actress Anya Tekatatsu recently has been, was recently reported that she had been being stalked for like around 6 months by some deranged fan,
Really.
and the report is that he's been arrested for
Oh.
emailing her a death threat that said, "You've been so full of yourself lately. I'll never forgive you. It'd tick me off if I do nothing. Die, die, die."
Well, I mean,
We got a Reaper main here.
good.
We have a Reaper main. Okay. Yeah, he got arrested. Everyone suspected that it was the fan club leader for her group, but it wasn't.
Oh God.
But it wasn't. It wasn't. It was
Okay.
random. It was some random unemployed 32-year-old unemployed guy, which does lead into a discussion that has been happening quite recently in Japan about the whole hikikomori situation that's expanding at a massive rate, which is a problem.
Okay.
So, Anya Takatsu, she's best known for playing Akuza in K-On! She played
really?
Arisu in High School of the Dead. And she's Hotaru from Takashi Kashi's, Koneku from High School DD, Lifa from Sword Art Online, Sakumi from Guilty Crown.
So she's done like.
Yeah, she's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Well, I mean,
Oh,
good
Japan.
thing they got him.
yeah,
Oh, Japan.
yeah, they want it. Yeah, I'm bringing this up mainly because this happens a lot in Japan, like
Which
a
is
lot
sad.
more than is reported.
It is. It does, which is really sad.
Yeah, and that's a big issue. It's a big issue.
It's a big no-no.
And apparently, this is apparently this is not the first time this has happened to this particular voice actress. Because apparently, since 2014, she's received around 7,500 threatening emails.
Jesus.
So, oh shit.
Yeah.
Aw,
seriously.
shit.
in lighter news,
Lighter news. Yeah, let's move on.
And happy times. Times.
Or
Yeah.
not happy. It's not happy news, but it's lighter news. The director of Tiger and Bunny has left the sequel series in the middle of production.
That's a shame.
In the middle of production. In the middle of production.
That's a big no-no.
Here's what it is. Kaiichi Sato, the director of the original Tiger and Bunny anime, reported he is not involved in the upcoming new anime series. Sato said that was offered to work on Tiger and Bunny 2 years ago, and he accepted. He submitted an idea for a sequel, but it was turned down. But apparently he is still using his idea.
Alright.
So they just dumped him and kept the idea.
Okay, then.
I mean, that's kind of shitty.
That is a shitty fucking thing to do.
That's really... Jesus.
And apparently the director of the anime films is not working on it either. So they got a brand new director.
That spells a problem.
Yeah.
Tiger and Bunny Tiger and Bunny was really popular when it first came out, and it's kind of been dormant since then. So they've been trying to get a sequel off the ground like for a while. So this does not bode well again for a sequel series.
That's unfortunate.
It's really it sucks because Tiger and Bunny is actually awesome. So
yeah, I've been meaning to watch it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So if anyone has not seen it, definitely go watch Tiger and Bunny. It's out of all the anime that's come out of all the superhero anime that's come out in recent years, this is the most Western. This is the most classic superhero.
Okay. This is the most like a Marvel movie.
Basically, yeah. It's basically a Marvel. I describe it as basically... It's more like Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, if that makes any sense.
Oh, Christ.
If they took themselves a little bit more seriously.
Alright.
But it's really good.
Alright.
So, moving on. I have a question for both of y'all.
Okay.
Hit me.
Are both of you fans of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Hell yeah, boy!
Listen. I don't watch JoJo, but everyone around me fucking talks about it so much that I know it. Yeah.
Well,
we'll fucking get on my level, Smokey.
I'm pretty sure I'm almost certain I know what you're going to talk about too.
Yeah, I know what he's going to talk about.
So, JoJo fans have been anxiously awaiting the announcement of Part 5 for a while, and while it's been over a year since Part 4 ended, right? Yeah, and there's still no official announcement, a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind trademark was just filed in Japan. If you want to know, Golden Wind is the Japanese title for Vento Dorero, which is Part 5 of JoJo.
It's Part 5. It's Part 5.
It basically confirms that Part 5 is happening.
These guys
there's no way that it can't be Part 5 if it's literally that.
These guys are complaining that they don't get a JoJo in like a year. Meanwhile, there's people like us waiting for like 4 years for certain animes. Wait your fucking time. Look at Blue Exorcist. How long do we have to wait for that shit?
It took fucking 6 years for that to come back.
Wait a little more than a fucking year.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that they filed the trademark. JoJo's coming out later, sometime this year. I think JoJo's coming this year. I hope so, at least, because I need my JoJo fix.
With the way the modern JoJo anime has been running, it hasn't gone more than a year between parts.
This is the longest
up until the end of
parts.
Part 4. So
no. 1 year. I had to wait 4. No, I had to wait 4 fucking years for High School DD.
Oh no, I had to wait 6 years for another season of Blue Exorcist that ended up being incredibly rushed. Woe is me.
Woe is me.
And how long are we going to wait for the next season, eh? 5?
Hopefully
2025.
25,000 years. All right.
Yep, there we go.
So, but JoJo Part 5 is basically happening.
Yeah.
It's got to be fucking Part 5.
But yeah, the trademark was filed. In debut in U.S. theaters news, we have 3 anime films coming out in February in the U.S. and Canadian theaters.
Ooh.
We have Silent Voice is coming back to theaters, but with an English dub.
Ooh.
With an English dub. Mazinger Z
Done by.
done by L.A.
Okay.
It's an L.A. dub. Mazinger Z, the new Mazinger Z movie, which premiered only a month ago in Japan, is premiering next month in U.S.
Wow, that's fucking quick.
Only
good.
no dub, only only in sub, no dub.
Okay, that's fine.
But it will be coming out in theaters in a much bigger limited release than most anime gets, because I think they're prepping Mazinger Z to become a big franchise here in America. So, and in this is an older one, remember the Card Captor Sakura movie?
Is that coming back to theaters?
The Seal Card film.
Oh fuck!
It's coming back to theaters it's coming back to theaters completely uncut too, as well.
Huh.
That'll be interesting.
And unlike the other two, it's Crunchyroll hosting this one, so it's gonna be part of their movie night sit. But it's gonna have their biggest release in a while for that. So next month,
Crunchyroll, if you want to sponsor us and give us money, I'm all for it.
I like money. I want in.
I already advertise your service enough to me and my friends. Why not to a general public?
Listen, Crunchyroll, I want your money so I can buy more anime figures. I need them, man.
Specifically on Crunchyroll's online store.
Oh my god, fuck off.
Crunchyroll's.
I'm sorry, man. I just really like Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll's great. But yeah, we have three
amazing.
three anime films coming to the U.S. and Canada in the next couple of months. So if any of you are interested in that, go check them out. If you can afford the escalating ticket prices. In industry news, Polygon Pictures, who is best known for doing the CG anime that have become popular, they did Knights of Sidonia. Ajin, Blame, they have the new Godzilla film that came out yesterday,
Netflix stuff.
as of recording this. So they're the masters of CG animation. They've recently set up a company to develop CG models using Unreal Engine.
Really?
3D
okay.
CG anime studio Polygon Pictures announced on Wednesday that its principal shareholder, Polygon Pictures Holdings, established a new company named Element Factory on January 4th to develop CG models using Unreal Engine 4. Polygon Pictures Holdings established Element Factory in collaboration with Historia, a company established in 2013 that specializes in developing game content using Unreal Engine 4. Polygon Pictures noted that the new company will combine the knowledge of both Polygon Pictures and Historia. Element Factory aims to develop next-generation 3D CG models that are planned for use in anime, games, virtual reality projects, and events.
You know what? If they use UE4 for anime, that would be such... It would be so fucking revolutionary, man. UE4 already looks gorgeous, I can tell you, because I fucking play a lot of games on UE4. It is such a beautiful engine.
I mean, think about it. Dragon Ball Fighters is in UE4.
It is, and it looks amazing.
And it looks fucking gorgeous, and it's all CG, even though it looks 2D. It's all 3D animated.
You know
I
what?
think
a lot of 3D anime games have actually been getting really good with looking almost exactly like the source material now.
Yeah.
So think of like an entire anime movie that looks like something like Dragon Ball Fighters.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. I don't think we're going to get that. I think we're going to stick with the current CG look as we're doing right now for CG anime. But
which is shit.
It's getting better. It's getting leagues better. Land of the Lustrous
which is
pretty
poo.
much the biggest leap forward in anything I've seen for that.
Hey, it's not Berserk.
Everything.
That's true.
It's not Berserk.
That is true.
It's not Berserk. Berserk was a clusterfuck. But it's nice to see that Polygon Pictures has always been at the forefront of innovation in the industry, and it's nice to see that they're still at the forefront of that innovation when it comes to CG.
Yeah.
In manga news, they just
Why is there so much fucking news?
There's a lot.
Because it's anime.
It turns out that the physical manga volume sales dropped 12% last year,
Ooh,
and that's combined from the 10% from 2016.
that's really bad.
Yeah, the All Mag Japan Magazine and Book Publishers and Editors Association released a report on December 25th that estimated the physical sales of manga compiled book volumes from January to November 2017 had decreased by 12% from the same period in 2016. Physical sales of books and magazines combined amounted to 1.37 trillion yen, which is about 12.20 billion, which is a 52% decline since the market peaked back in 1996.
Ah, Jesus. Yeah, it's really
Well,
bad.
this is what happens when scanalations take over.
I'll say, you know what? The ease of getting manga online and just reading it online has become so prevalent now that it's taken away from the normal sales or the physical copies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's way more convenient for like someone like me to go on my tablet and just open a manga app
Yeah, like
and just read it like that, than go to a bookstore and buy a physical volume, which I still do
it's getting
every now and
you know
then.
what? Manga's also getting expensive. Like, I have I think 30 copies of manga that I collected, and that was like $500-$600 just to get. Like, people
Jeez, what
have.
fucking manga are you buying, dude?
Listen, I have 32 volumes.
Dude, like it's really not that expensive when you
Yeah.
think about it. A volume of manga in Canada is like 13
Yeah, it's
bucks.
really not
Yeah.
that expensive. It's
That's
that
not
bad.
that
You know what?
expensive.
Some people though, like, some people just don't have the money to pay for it. You know, some people have to buy
It's
it
just
on
when you buy them in bulk, like you, Josh, that you waste all your money.
Listen, I usually buy about 8 at a time, which is about $100.
And that's why.
That's exactly why. But physical manga volume sale, I hope they do better this year.
Yeah, I do
Uh,
too.
uh, Especially considering that the manga industry itself is already struggling with a lot with the competition from other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which just it's bad for anime in general too.
Yeah, it is. You know what else is bad for anime in general? Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon?
Yeah.
I love that show.
Yeah.
Get out of here,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
The
Don't
official
make me go.
Yeah. The official Twitter account for SoftBank Creative Corp's G.A. Bunko light novel label teased on Monday that Is It Wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon. I hate that title so much.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, the franchise will get a new project with details to be announced soon. There's nothing else for that right now. We don't know what it is. We don't know if it's a movie,
Or a
second season, another season of Sword of Toria, another spin-off anime.
I'm putting my bets on it just being a single OVA.
If it's a single OVA, people are gonna be so mad.
So many people will be so pissed off because they got pissed off with Sword of Toria. Already.
Personally, I think it's a pachinko machine, but
I think it's Konami rearing their ugly heads once again.
I think it's a
Oh,
pachinko
boy.
machine. But yeah, when the announcement comes, we'll cover it on on whatever podcast it happens on.
Make sure to invite
Which
me
probably
for
won't
that.
be for a while.
Make sure
but-
to invite me for that so I can yell at you guys again, telling you it's a great anime.
Speaking of light novels, who here has heard of the series Slayers?
I
No?
think I've heard of it.
Slayers is a light novel series that came out before the big light novel boom. It was back in the early 90s.
Oh, really?
And is considered, and the anime adaptation is considered a classic.
Oh,
Nowadays.
that's right. Didn't the anime? When did the anime come out?
Like in the
Wait, hold on a sec.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm actually gonna look this up.
Yeah, because Slayers
I've
is
never
one
heard
of
of
those
it.
shows that once you see it, you'll probably recognize it's this thing.
Wasn't it like?
Yeah, because I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Slayers.
I'll pull this
Well, Slayers, after 18 years, is finally getting a sequel.
Really?
The original light novels, Fantasia Bunko livestream presentation revealed on Thursday that the newest Slayers book is moving forward this year. The new work, the first new installment in writer Hajime Kanzaka's and illustrator Ryu's Arizomi's series in nearly 18 years, will be a sequel to the series' 15th volume.
Okay. Yeah, I know this one.
Yes, Slayers is returning after an 18-year absence.
Jesus.
Slayers has been around for a while. Slayers has had anime adaptations in between then, a couple of video games, a bunch of other stuff, but it is nice. It had 5 movies at one point.
Wow, damn.
This was big. The
that's
series
pretty
was
good.
huge. The series was huge at one point. So it's nice to see Slayers return. I am a big fan of Slayers, so it's nice to see that Slayers is finally coming back.
Yeah.
This could possibly mean that we might get a new anime for Slayers soon too, which is nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of stuff we haven't seen in a while,
Okay.
Sentai Filmworks just rescued another series from the licensing hell. They just picked up both Negima series.
What a surprise, Sentai
yeah.
doing something like that.
The Sentai Filmworks announced on Thursday that it has licensed the 2005 Negima anime and the 2006-2007 one. The license includes home video, television, and digital rights. Outside, here's the thing. Here's the question: Have either of you actually seen Negima?
Nope. Let's see.
Nope.
10-year-old Negi has to perform one more
Not at
task
all.
to
Not
become
enough.
a master
Well-
wizard.
Yeah, I have seen season 1 of Negima, and that's it. It was good.
Hey,
I liked
It's
it.
done by,
It was good.
It's done by Studio Shaft.
It was Studio Shaft. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I got it
The
up right here.
the original there was the season 1 first one was done by Zebek and Shaft was and Shaft. What's interesting
I love,
It's
I love
What's-
Studio Zemek.
now what's interesting is that Studio Zebek's version is more based on the original manga, while Shaft's version is an alternate storyline that makes a more comedic direction that the author originally intended the series to be in the first place.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, Negima has a confusing anime and manga history that's actually could take up its own damn episode, so we're not going to get into it.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's
It's-
nice to see. And this is what's expected because they picked up UK Holder earlier this season, so earlier last year.
Huh.
So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna get to the 2 big pieces of news.
Oh, finally.
This
Oh boy.
this is the one that is gonna.
Because for some reason there was a lot of news this week, even though you said it would probably be dead.
No, most of this stuff was like the past 24 hours. Trust me, a lot of this was past like the past couple days, because they decided to jump it all on the end of it because they hate me.
Yep.
Big news: Sonic X is returning.
The big news: Dragon Ball Super had just lost its time slot. It will. Toei and Fuji TV have been very, very vague onto what exactly will happen with Dragon Ball Super, but here is the official report.
Yeah.
Toei Animation announced on the video on Friday that a new television anime based on Shigeru Mizuki's classic Gigi no Kitaro manga, which was back from the 60s, will premiere on Fuji TV at 9 a.m. on Sunday, April 1st, which is the time slot currently occupied by Dragon Ball Super. Toei has not announced whether Dragon Ball Super will end, move to a current another time slot, or is just on hiatus. What I find very interesting too is that this new anime has the same staff as Super and has some of the same voice actors as well, including Masako Nozawa, who is portraying one of the main characters of the show.
Okay.
She's best known for the voice of Goku.
Okay.
Goku, Gohan, Goten.
Yeah.
I'm staying silent for this because I really don't know Dragon.
Yeah, Josh doesn't watch Dragon Ball, so this basically boils down to a Matt and Shane discussion.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a weeb, but
First of all, reports are all over the place when it comes to Super right now.
Nothing's consistent.
Nothing's consistent. Some people say it's ending. Some people say it's just on hiatus. There's one report says it's actually like moving to another time slot. There's report
which doesn't make sense.
there was a report saying that it's like gonna go that like it might there's a lot of stuff saying it's going on hiatus, that it's gonna be back after maybe like two seasons or so, that it's completely over, and that the staff is being moved to the movie. There's been reports that the staff is being moved to this show. There's reports that the Dragon Ball series is over entirely, which I don't buy at all.
I fucking highly doubt that shit.
Yeah, I doubt that shit at all.
That's not happening.
But the fact that the time slot did get replaced is not a good sign for Super.
Yeah.
Super. I speculate, this was my speculation, that it's due to the death of Hiromi Isuru earlier this year.
Which doesn't sound too out of left field, honestly.
Which doesn't, because they've done this before with other shows.
Yeah. And I told you specifically, like, we're still in the midst of the tournament.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen Bulma since Hiromi died.
Yeah.
So will we even see, because it's ending at the end of March.
Yeah.
Episode 131 is the confirmed last episode of its current run.
Mm-hmm.
Will we even see Bulma in that last episode?
I don't think we will. And if we do, she won't speak.
She won't speak. Yeah, that's what I said. If she does pop up...
Yeah, the episode's probably going to be dedicated to her, too.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, that's what I said. If she does pop up, she probably won't have any dialogue.
Yeah. The episode's probably going to be dedicated to Hiromi Sue as well. So... personally, I think Super... I think Super's done. I think Super's over. And if Dragon Ball comes back, it's not going to be under Super. It's going to be under a new name. I'd expect Dragon Ball to be back in like the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Or at least a year.
Yeah, I think differently. I don't think it's completely over.
Uh-huh.
Personally speaking, I think I'm on the fence that it's just going on hiatus, and then maybe the latest early next year, they'll continue with Super. I don't think they're going to start a new series.
Yeah. What I find stupid about this is a very odd move, though.
Yeah. Because, like, Super prints money.
It does.
So you would think, even if you are doing this new project, that you would at least try to keep it running.
Yeah. But they're putting it on Super's time slot, meaning that they want this to have Super levels of ratings. And this is a show that I have never heard of.
Never fucking heard of until this rumor started.
And then I looked it up. Apparently this is a show from the 60s, and that it has a massive following in Japan. So
yeah, this new series that's replacing Super is for their 50th anniversary.
Yeah. So
like, where the fuck have we been?
Where the fuck are they? The show's just never made it over here in in North America. So it's just never been licensed. It's never been licensed. So I don't know where it's been. I don't know what's going to happen with Super, to be honest. I would not.
I'm on the fence that it's just going on hiatus and that it'll be back maybe next year.
I don't know. We have the movie in December at very least. At the very least.
We got Fighters coming out next week as of this recording. We've got the movie at the end of the year. I honestly think that... I think it would be stupid of them to just flat out cancel Super because of how much momentum it's been getting lately. Mm-hmm. So I very much think, personally, that it's just going to go on hiatus for a while. Maybe it won't be around for the rest of the year. I think at the latest January, they'll bring it back.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it makes no logical sense to just can Super and start an entirely new series when it's just going to be a continuation anyway.
This is Toei, though, and Toei are not the brightest people. So
yeah.
So who knows? We'll probably get more news in the coming weeks. So we'll keep all of you updated on what exactly the fuck is going on with this.
Yeah, probably by the next episode we'll have some concrete information.
Yeah. And if we don't, then that's also not a good sign, because then it's like the fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Last piece of news is not really news, but it's more of promotion. The Crunchyroll Anime Awards have finally been revealed.
Yes.
Voting, as of recording this, voting starts in 2 days. So by the time this episode goes up, voting would have started, we're not gonna go through all the nominations because that would take fucking forever, and that would be
Yeah, I'm actually gonna look at the nominations on my own because I need to refresh myself.
If anything, I want to go. If anything, the three awards I'm gonna go over are Anime of the Year, Best Manga, and Best Film, because those are the three basically big ones.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so for Best Film, Silent Voice, Your Name, In This Corner of the World, Guns und Panzer, the film, okay, Kizumonogatari 3, and Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel 1.
I think we all know what's going to win this one. Come on.
Yeah.
It's obviously Girls in Panzer. God.
It's Girls on Panzer.
What's this Your Name? This Your Name looks pretty gay. Just saying.
Yeah, what the fuck is this Your Name bullshit?
Why is it called? Yeah,
Whose name?
Whose
Who
name
is it talking about?
The movie is about the journey is that your name was in yourself the whole time.
Whoa.
Oh, that's really sad.
Fucking for Best Manga, we have Golden Kamuy, My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness, My Brother's Husband, In This Corner of the World.
What the hell kind of name?
Whoa, go back. Go back.
My Lesbian
What?
Experience with Loneliness.
Okay.
What the fuck kind of name is that?
It's a manga that's also like a part that's also it's an autobiographical manga. Which is basically the title. If you haven't read it, actually, do it. It's really good. It's really, really good.
Listen, I'm kind of scared too, just with that name alone.
Yeah, it is big graphic. Yeah, it is. It's autobiographical as well. So it's not like it's a little bit more on the serious. Think of it as like it's written by think of it as like standard autobiographical shit where like the title is like seems really odd, but but when you read it, it makes a lot of sense.
All right.
It's
Hell yeah, I'll vote peace sign for best opening.
And peace sign is I'm going with Sasageo. So
I'm going to go with Attack on Titan.
yeah, Sasageo, yeah, same. For anime, the big nominees is of course Anime of the Year, and the nominees are March Comes In Like a Lion Season 2, Made in Abyss, Land of the Lustrous, My Hero Academia Season 2, Shora Genroku Rakugo Shinjo Season 2, and Little Witch Academia. Honestly, pretty solid contenders this year. All solid. That will all get demolished by My Hero.
Yeah.
They will get completely demolished.
You thought the Yuri on Ice Awards were bad. You ain't seen nothing yet, kid.
You know what?
The My Hero Awards.
There's three that I want to go quickly over. Best Hero, Best Boy, and Best Girl.
Because you're going to vote
Best Hero, Deku. Best Boy, Todoroki. Best Girl, Uraraka.
Best Girl is Sue. Come on, fuck you guys.
You know what?
Nah,
I'm going to be the
Uraraka.
one outlier. I'm actually voting Chisei for Best Girl.
Get the fuck out of here.
Honestly, I would not
I'm voting Chisei.
be upset if she won, because she deserves it. She's a great character.
Also, I want Ancient Magus to win at least something.
But
Ancient Magus is going to win something.
It's probably going to win score. It's probably going to win score.
Yeah.
I am terrified by the Best Girl, because Serval's in there.
Oh yeah,
And
Kimono Friends has a bunch of
Kimono
nominations.
Friends is such a fucking Yuri on Ice. It's just gonna be. Oh, this is giving me flashbacks, man.
I haven't actually seen Kimono Friends. So I cannot say if it's good or not. I cannot.
Yeah, I don't want to watch
Listen,
it.
its CG is. It's got average CG and it's got average story with average girls.
I think you're being a little too generous there.
A little. I'm being generous here. Like the CG, it's better than
Is
Berserk.
garbo.
Yeah, the CG is not good. The only reason it blew up was because the second half of the show is apparently fantastic.
Oh,
So-
also, best villain, Stain. Come on.
Honestly, in terms of best girl, I wouldn't be mad if Morioka won from MMO
I
Junkie.
wouldn't either. I liked her. She was a great character.
Yeah, same.
Best villain, Stain.
Stain,
without a
no
doubt.
doubt, no doubt.
Stain. I think people who aren't even fans of My Hero will agree with that. Stain is one of the best parts of season 2.
He was such a great anti-hero. Wait, not even anti-hero. He was a villain.
He ain't a anti-hero.
No,
What am I
he's
saying?
definitely a villain. The fuck you talking
He
about,
was-
son?
He had such a great impact on Deku, Todoroki, and Ida.
All Might.
He had such a huge impact on the entire society.
Dude.
Yeah, but
fucking,
he had the biggest impact on those three because they were the one who fought him and saw just how twisted he actually is.
Dude, fucking that his All Might speech. Oh.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Honestly, Stain.
Yeah.
Stain. 100%.
Wouldn't be surprised if Hero from Inuyashiki won though.
Oh yeah, Inuyashiki got a couple of nominations too. For best if Ancient Magus is winning anything though, it's score. Cause My Hero got snubbed. That was the one thing that pissed me. That I feel is kind of a waste. Is that My Hero was snubbed for score. It was not nominated. Which
My
I feel.
Hero had a great score.
I mean,
My Hero got
you
snubbed.
say run.
You say run. Come on.
Honestly, anime of the year, my vote's obvious.
Same here.
Yeah.
My Hero Academia.
My Hero. I'm gonna tweet my support actually
I'm
right
tweet
now.
my support for My Hero Academia.
Hang on, I gotta log into my Twitter.
I don't have Twitter.
Fucking.
I gotta log into my Twitter.
While
Hold
you're
on.
doing that, we can run over some other stuff. Best slice of life. I think I'd like Demi-chan.
It's gonna be Kimono Friends though, because it's nominated. That's the problem.
It's obviously going to be Kimono Friends. Best comedy. I would like to see either Dragon Maid or Konosuba.
I think Little Witch is gonna win though.
Best drama. I really
Best
don't
drama
watch
will go. Best drama. Best drama's hard because there's some really good stuff. It's either gonna be Made in the Abyss or March Comes In Like a Lion.
Yeah. Best action. My Hero.
My Hero.
obviously.
My Hero.
Best CG will go to Best CGI is probably gonna go to Land of the Lustrous.
Best animation is either going to be
Kobayashi or My Hero. Although fucking Land of the Lustrous again could come in and sweep that.
Best opening. We said peace sign. Best ending. I'd like to see Kobayashi.
Probably Kobayashi's gonna win that. Best continuing series is gonna be Super.
I think it's going to be either Case Closed or Shippuden. I'm going to put that
It's
out.
probably not gonna.
Fuck Shippuden.
Shippuden's
Fuck
over,
you.
so that's why I don't think it's gonna win. I think it's gonna be only. It's probably gonna be Super because Super over last year had a big fuck. It was like the best year that it ever had.
And
so,
that's,
Yeah.
well, that's all the nominees. So Shane, have you put out your wonderful tweet?
Oh yeah, I put out a tweet on my personal BGN account and also the G.A.P Twitter page.
Nice.
So
yeah.
and I'm going to be that dick who likes and retweets both tweets on both accounts.
Oh my god.
Hashtag my hero is a god.
God damn it.
And with that, I believe that is the news for the week.
Oh, I just realized I retweeted the G.A.P's tweet on the G.A.P account. My bad. Hold on.
You can unretweet it, you know that?
Yeah, I know. Hold
You're
on.
disappointing.
Don't
me.
worry, I got this.
Oh, you know what? We can do a quick news. You said when the director was caught for adultery.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that. I forgot. There's not. It's there's a big name anime composer. His name is fucking. Let me find. His name is Tetsuya Kimoto. He just retired because he has adultery allegations, and he's best known for doing the music for Vampire Hunter D. He did certain Scientific Railgun. He also did the original Street Fighter 2 movie, Cyborg 009, Punchline, and Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack.
Damn.
He's been around since the 80s, but apparently because Japan has the thing because Japan's big on public image, and he was caught cheating on his wife.
Ooh,
and
bad. Naughty.
Yeah, he was caught cheating on his wife, so he has denied any sexual relationships between him and the woman, but acknowledged sleeping together in the same room as the woman.
God. Now,
Oh man, that's not weird at all.
Before we get to the main chunk of this, I will be right back because 2 Mountain Dews and Rockstar does not sit well for a bladder. Feel wonderful.
Now, is that it for news?
That is completely it for news. Now we move
All
on to
right.
now we move on to the featured anime of our featured anime, which is Fullmetal Alchemist 2003.
03.
An anime classic.
Very true.
An anime classic. Which I think most anime fans have seen, and if you have not seen it, what the hell?
What the fuck you doing with your life?
What the fuck you doing here? I would recommend you also leave, because this is going to be a 100% spoiler-filled discussion of Fullmetal Alchemist 03. So
I also recommend that you leave now before there's no going back.
Because if you haven't seen it and want to see it, please leave now. Watch all 51 episodes and then come back and watch.
And then come back. Come back in 3 weeks and finish this podcast.
If you haven't seen it and you don't want to watch it, get the fuck out of here. We don't want you here.
Yeah. If you do want to watch Fullmetal Alchemist, either 03 or Brotherhood, you can find them both legally on Netflix. All episodes of both series are available once again on Netflix.
But can you find them on Crunchyroll?
Mm-hmm. You can only Brotherhood's on Crunchyroll though. So.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm trying to get Crunchyroll to sponsor us, bud.
Yeah.
But hey, it's Crunchyroll. If you want to sponsor us so that we can make ads and talk about your wonderful, extremely cheap anime streaming service for only $6.95 a month that gives you unlimited access to thousands of different anime, 1080p, ad-free, and simulcast only an hour after they air in Japan.
Wow.
Please give us money.
I want that.
Alright. So,
go to the URL crunchyroll.com/the G.A.P podcast to get your free 30-day trial.
Listen,
watch someone try to do that and it just doesn't work.
And then it sends them to like a blank page. Anyway, let's talk about Fullmetal Alchemist.
Right. So Fullmetal Alchemist is from Studio Bones. It's 51 episodes long and originally aired from October 4th, 2003 to October 2nd, 2004. Currently,
a full year.
It is currently licensed by Aniplex of America. It is directed by Seiji Mitsushima and written by Sho Akiwara. For a basic plot, it follows two young aspiring alchemists named Edward and Alphonse Elric, who, after their mother tragically passes away from an illness, decide to do the ultimate taboo, human transmutation, and try to bring their mother back to life. Of course, it does not go as planned, and
spoiler alert. Shit hits the fan.
What?
Alphonse loses his entire body and has to be bound to a suit of armor, and Ed loses his arm and leg. They stuck with their sins. They travel the world in search of the Philosopher's Stone, a rumored alchemical device that will allow them to bring back their bodies, and a bunch of shit happens.
Yeah, basically.
Brilliant.
Yeah. I want to ask you guys, when it comes to Fullmetal Alchemist, after watching the series for the first time, what were your initial impressions?
You want to start?
Let's start with Josh. Let's see what Josh has to say.
So, when I first watched Fullmetal, I believe it was like my second or third anime. And I haven't watched any plot-heavy animes back then. So after watching Fullmetal, I was like, holy shit, this has a lot of detail. It was fully a depth environment. And I was like, I wasn't happy with the ending, but I was still like, you know what? I was like, that is a really good anime. Like, everything was explained, everything had full detail to it. They did at least bring it to the end. Because the other two anime I watched were Fairy Tail and SAO. So, I was young and uninformed, and I was like, "Hey, it's finally an anime that finally came to an end." I really enjoyed it when I first watched it.
Yeah. Shane, what were your initial impressions of the series after you first watched it?
Okay, so much like Josh, this was one of the first anime that I fully watched from start to finish. I gotta say, I fucking loved it. I was blown away by it because I had heard a lot of people talk about it, and it's highly regarded in the anime community. It's constantly dubbed one of the best anime of all time. So I decided to watch it. I watched the whole thing, and I loved it. There are some issues. I will not try and hide the fact that there are some issues with this version, but overall, I feel like it was very well executed. The animation was beautiful. I liked the fact that it had a very dark, gritty atmosphere.
Oh,
I think
same.
I think that really played into the themes and the overall narrative of Fullmetal Alchemist really well. Ending sucks,
Oh yeah.
but
I
overall, I really enjoyed my time with it.
Yeah. So, for me, Fullmetal Alchemist was one of those series that it was, again, like a lot of people, like you guys. It was one of the first anime I finished. It's one of the it's one it was one of the first ones too that I remember after finishing it. It was the first anime I said to myself that I want to go read the manga.
Yeah.
It was the first one that actually made me go out and read its original source material because
Now, did you watch it before Brotherhood came out?
yes, no, I did not. I watched it before Brotherhood came out.
So yeah, you
And I
probably
watched
wanted
it.
to
I
be
watched
like,
it after Brotherhood. I watched it after Brotherhood came out.
mm,
I think Brotherhood had recently wrapped up. I think after when I first watched Fullmetal
okay,
Alchemist, um, and for the longest time, Fullmetal Alchemist was at the very top of my all-time favorite anime list for the
hmm,
longest time. As I've gotten older, uh, this version sadly has left the list entirely.
Hmm.
yeah,
But I still think that the stuff that O3 does well, it does it better than basically any other anime series I've seen.
yeah, and for the time, I mean, 2003, it was animated gorgeously, eh?
Oh, yeah, it was one of the
Hmm.
last anime done on the classic Cell animation, from what I
Mm,
understand. So it's basically the last remnant of a bygone era.
it's pretty sad to think.
Yeah. Um, yeah, animation is absolutely gorgeous. Now we're gonna get into specific. We're gonna get into specifics now. We're gonna start off with Josh here. Josh, who is your favorite Fullmetal Alchemist character?
My favorite Fullmetal Alchemist character
It's
was
hard, isn't it?
it was Greed. I absolutely loved him. He was a charismatic guy. He was a great protagonist to both Ed and Al because it pissed them off so much that he wanted to have Al's body. He was like, "Oh, hey, teach me how to do this," and Ed's like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? You don't want this." And his whole backstory was also really great. It was developed. I loved his ultimate ability, the ultimate shield. It
Oh
was so
yeah.
realistic. Like turning the carbon in your body, like changing the density of it, is probably the
Mhm.
most realistic one of them all, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I just loved it. He had a great story. His death was very sad, and it was just great.
Oh, his death is really really sad.
Oh my god,
Dude,
I loved him.
fucking. Yeah, that's one of the best moments of the series by far too. Shane, who is your favorite character in Fullmetal Alchemist? The original.
Okay. Um, it's real hard. Um, but in terms of O3, I'd have to say that my favorite character is Edward.
Edward.
Um, just because I feel like in O3, specifically in O3, um, he has this multi-layered personality, which is it's there in Brotherhood. He's very much the same character, but I feel like with O3, in some instances, they delve more into his psyche and how broken he is as a person. And I really thought they gave him a lot of depth that was really much appreciated. And also, he's just a fucking goofball, and I love goofballs, and he's angry all the time, and I'm angry all the time. I can relate to
Yeah.
him a lot.
Yeah. Uh, I like Ed in O3. I prefer him in Brotherhood because I feel he doesn't change as a character in O3 that much. Which I, which, and to me at times Ed in O3 comes across like in Brotherhood. What I like about Ed is that he has his moments of being a dick, but like
Mhm.
it makes sense for those situations.
Yeah.
In O3, he just comes off as like a massive douchebag for no reason. And
yeah, I can agree there.
yeah, and it's really frustrating to me as an audience member when you have a character who I like Ed a lot, but then
God, yeah, everyone does.
but then he starts acting like a complete and utter ass, and you're like, oh my god, just shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't argue there, but I still, if in terms of 03, I still
Yeah.
think Ed's my favorite character because
Yeah.
I just love Ed.
Now, if any,
I love every aspect of him.
Now, if anyone knows me, they can probably guess who my favorite character is in Fullmetal Alchemist.
Oh, let me
I know
guess,
who it
Winry?
fucking is.
Renri? She's close. She's close.
I know who it
Oh.
fucking
Oh,
is.
It is. It's the Flame Alchemist himself, Mr. Roy
yeah.
Mustang.
Oh
No
my
boy.
god, what a shocker!
Boy the boy.
Oh wow, plot twist.
Roy Mustang ranks as
I don't like Mustang in 03.
Mustang in 03. I just love Mustang in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, but specifically in 03, I don't like Mustang.
Yeah.
I feel like he's too much of a harsh prick.
I think he's funny. I think in 03 he's funny. That's why I keep him. That's why I like him a lot, and that's why I like him just as much, because they give him such a he's different in terms of his personality. But if you look at Roy in both Brotherhood and 03, you can still recognize both of them as very clearly Roy Mustang, just different sides of the coin.
Yeah.
And Roy Mustang in 03, what I like about him specifically is that I think out of all the characters in 03, he's the one who balances the tone between comedic and dramatic the best. Because a lot of his episodes are the funniest, but he's also probably got the darkest backstory out of any of the major cast members.
Yeah.
And like one of my favorite all-time episodes. We'll get into it in the
We'll get into it.
No, we'll get into, but it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite, so that's why I'm bringing it up. It's Full Metal versus Flame.
Yep.
That's probably the best example of it's both a really funny episode while also being a legitimately great exploration of Roy Mustang's character. Plus, he has the coolest powers in the show. So,
I think you're wrong there. I think the coolest power goes to the most macho man in the world. Alex Louis Armstrong!
You mean the one who has passed down the art of the
Armstrong
Armstrong
family
family
for
for generations?
Armstrong's ability is so fucking cool. I loved it.
So,
take it.
what's everyone's least favorite character?
Oh, least favorite character. I think we all know who it is for each of us.
Who wants to go first?
Let's go Shane go first. Shane, what's your least favorite character? Who's your least favorite character?
Dante.
Really?
Really?
Because
Okay.
I don't care. Like, I really don't care, honestly,
Yeah.
because the whole Dante thing, I get that it's anime only, but I really don't care about Dante.
Yep.
I wasn't invested at all in that storyline.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's just I feel like obviously Brotherhood being an exact adaptation of the manga did things way better than 03 in the end.
Listen, I barely
Especially when it comes to Dante, because I feel like Dante didn't have to be
Dante
there.
as a villain
So-
pales in comparison to Father.
I don't even remember Dante's story that very well.
Yep.
Is that from what I know, from what I remember, she's connected to Hohenheim. In this version, her and Hohenheim are both like they're basically both people who are like transferring their souls into other people's bodies constantly, and they're like lovers from like back in the medieval days and shit.
Alright, yeah, that's kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah, don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
It's overly confusing too, because they have to spend an entire episode explaining the shit.
And then it doesn't even matter in the end because she gets eaten by fucking gluttony. So who cares?
Oh yeah, ain't that great.
Yeah. All right. So, but I think me and Josh have the same least favorite character. I think it was
I'll do it.
Yeah, you can. I'll let Josh lead
So,
into it.
Least favorite character is Sho Tucker.
Yeah.
You know what? People will think I'm going to say it's because what he did to Nina. The reason why I don't like Sho Tucker is after he died, he didn't need to come back. He had no reason to come back and antagonize Ed even more.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. He comes back in the laboratory as a chimera.
No reason to come back, and he's just a worthless character after that. Like, yeah, he killed Nina. Fuck you, bud. Nina was like one of the best characters. But then it's like, oh, hey guys, let's bring him back. That's a great idea. But let's make him a chimera.
Let's give him the dumbest voice in the history of shows, too.
Oh my god.
You know what? I agree with both of you. And honestly, I feel like if Dante wasn't in this version, it would have been Sho Tucker for me. But to me, a boring, pointless character is worse than just a horrible person.
Not just a horrible person. He becomes a boring, pointless character when he gets brought back. He does not need to be brought back.
He hits both. He hit both check marks, which I find. He's like the only character I can think of that hit both horrible person
and boring, useless character. But honestly, at least he was interesting at the start.
Yeah,
Dante was never interesting.
I didn't go with Dante only because after I did the rewatch before, I think I like Dante a little bit more than you do, because I appreciate the fact that they tried to go for a less bombastic villain than one would expect for this type of show.
I mean, I didn't go with Dante because they completely forgot about her.
My point exactly.
That could probably. Josh changes his vote to fucking Dante.
No, I'm still sticking with Sho Tucker. He's a twat.
He's a twat. Okay, all right. So, what are y'all's favorite standalone episode of?
Let's start with Josh.
My favorite standalone episode was the training island when.
Oh, Training Island.
When Izumi Curtis sent them off to train on the island. It adds depth to both their characters for Ed and Al.
Which one?
The flashback?
I'm going to go with the flashback.
Because that spanned 2 episodes, if I remember correctly.
I'll go with the flashback. I know it's
so episode 28.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was something that it really added depth to their character. Not just Ed and Al, but also to Izumi. Because I love Izumi. She's a fucking great teacher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was just a great episode in general.
Yeah, it was.
She's also psychotic, but...
but she's great.
I understand why she's psychotic.
Yeah, she's a relatable she has relatable psychosis.
Mm-hmm.
Shane, what is your favorite standalone episode of Fullmetal Alchemist?
Okay. That's hard. But for me, in terms of 03, I'd have to say my favorite standalone episode, speaking of Sho Tucker, is episode 7, Night of the Chimera's Cry.
Yeah.
Because we all know what happens. I don't have to go into detail or shit.
It's famous even people who haven't seen the series.
Here,
that's the thing.
I'll put it in layman's terms. Dad kills her daughter.
Yeah. The reason it's my favorite episode in 03 is because this is one of the instances where I feel that 03 did it better than Brotherhood.
You know what? Actually, I want to say something.
Mm-hmm.
The whole death was sadder in 03. Don't get me wrong. That was like one of the saddest things. But the impacts it had on Ed and Al were done so much better in Brotherhood. I think it did. Like it had.
I think Brotherhood rushed it. I felt
it was rushed.
Yeah,
but
that's.
But the impact that her death had on Ed and Al is the reason why I think it was done better in Brotherhood. Because at the end of the series, when Al is talking to the two chimeras, I don't remember the names. He said, "I can even probably quote this. A couple years ago, there was a little girl that we couldn't save, and it's haunted us since." And even like when Ed is trying to fight Envy in his true form, he can't shoot one of the people that's frozen out of his body because it said Big Brother, and that reminded her of Nina. And I just like that better.
I disagree.
That's fine.
Because I still feel that I still feel that this is a part where the darker atmosphere of 03 plays into this better than I feel it did in Brotherhood, because and also they took their time with it.
They spent
unlike
like 3
Brotherhood
episodes developing
yeah
Nina.
they spent 2 or 3 episodes showing Ed and Al's relationship with Tucker and Nina grow over the course of months.
Oh yeah.
Whereas in Brotherhood, it was 1 episode and it was like a week.
Yeah.
So
This death was sadder in in 03, but I just think the implications it had throughout the entire story was more effective in Brotherhood.
Yeah, because the implications in 03 where Shao Tucker comes back as creepy Chimera fucker.
Yeah, true.
Compared to,
But I still feel that this episode did it better than Brotherhood, and I feel it did it tremendously.
it definitely did it tremendously.
Matt, what's your favorite episode?
My favorite episode is an episode that's become probably another one of the most famous episodes of Brotherhood. Of 03. Probably for good reason when people hear about it. It's episode 25, Words of Farewell. Also known as The Death of Maze Hughes.
Okay, yeah, alright.
Oh, boy.
This is the
Come
moment
on,
from...
Matt.
What do you mean, come on?
Don't make me cry.
I've had to watch this man die 4 times.
Too many fucking times.
We've seen this man die so many times. Honestly, at this point, we've seen him die so many times, it's become a meme, but whatever. Words of fucking,
Words of fucking...
No, words of fucking, yes. Fuck it, words of fucking hell, am I right?
Words of depression.
This is the episode for me that cemented Fullmetal Alchemist as something different. Because for the longest time, anime has this problem of they don't like killing people.
Yeah.
And when they do kill people, they usually just either bring them back, or they come back in infinite number of flashbacks, or they get cloned, or some bullshit.
Or they get cloned.
Dude.
Or they come back as a chimera.
Or they come back as a chimera, yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist does this too. Fucking...
Every anime's guilty.
The death of Hughes proved... But one of the things that anime does do is that they usually keep the heroes safe. They usually keep like, people will die, but it's usually like the mentor character or
Naruto.
the anti-hero character or the anti-hero character or something like that. Even Brotherhood does this to an extent.
Yeah.
The death of Maze Hughes proved that just because you're a heroic character does not mean you are safe.
Doesn't mean you have plot armor.
Yeah, and
Fairy tale.
That protects you from the gun.
Yeah, and what makes Words of Farewell good outside of that is that it's not just about the death of Mace Hughes. It also sets up a lot. It also sets up stuff with Sloth. It sets up stuff that it introduces Rush Valley. It also develops Mustang and Hughes' relationship, and probably has one of the best endings of the entire fucking series with Hughes' funeral. It's just an amazing episode, and it was between this and episode 40, The Scar, for my favorite episode, which episode 40, The Scar, is when we find out that Bradley is Pride, which is another fantastic episode.
Alright. I like it.
Mm-hmm. So, I want both of you to pick out what you think are the 3 best aspects of Fullmetal Alchemist 03.
3, oh fuck.
What the fuck are you doing to me, man? Okay, so, compared to Brotherhood, it does the first 25 episodes better. Like, the original, it does the manga so much better.
It does. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say it has some really great openings.
Oh.
Not better than Brotherhood. No
They come close.
But yeah, my favorite opening is the 4th opening rewrite. It was Asian Kung Fu Generation. The animation was fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, boy.
24 frames. It looks so realistic. And then also the third aspect, animation. Studio Bones did such a great job. It's cell animation, which is like one of the last cell animations done. It was done so beautifully. Everything was so smooth and vivid. Whenever anyone used alchemy, it was this bright, beautiful, vivid thing. Like colors everywhere, and you could tell that someone was using alchemy. That's probably my favorite three things.
All right, Shane.
Best three, you say?
Yeah.
Huh.
They can be. And it doesn't have to be like the generic like animation character. It can be like the small things you noticed.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with Josh that the first half of shit.
The first half of shit.
No. I agree with Josh. The first half of 03 is done phenomenally better than the first chunk of Brotherhood.
Yeah, it is.
Because obviously the first part of Brotherhood was rushed because they had already covered that shit.
Yeah, they wanted to get to the actual story.
Yeah. I agree there. First half is better. Again, like I said before, the dark atmosphere in this version is so much better than Brotherhood. Because it really captivates that feeling of dread and just being lost in yourself, and it really helps resonate the themes better, I feel, because this show is dark.
Oh, it is. It does not play, boys. It does not play without play here.
And yes, Brotherhood does get dark,
It does.
but I feel like overall this version did it better.
Yeah.
Let's see. Fuck.
That's his third favorite thing. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
Winry. There's a good reason to like it.
Winry. There you go.
Winry.
Reason three,
I
Winry.
would. Shane wants to fuck Winry. Confirmed.
Dude, who doesn't?
Listen. We're all guys here. Who doesn't? Seriously. So
Yeah, let's be real.
Let's be real. But then who doesn't want to do like Hawkeye, who's just like Winry, but I'm gonna get a lot of flack of this.
You know,
I'm gonna make you guys hate me. Hawkeye's Winry, but better.
Okay.
Fuck you.
can we
guys.
kick him from the?
And
Can we
with
kick
that-
him from the channel?
Fuck you guys.
No, but
I
so
just think
No, but my real third thing that I just thought of. I feel like 03 does the more intimate moments a little better than Brotherhood,
Yeah.
which I really appreciate. Like the scenarios that Ed and Al get to, especially early on, that were in the manga that weren't in Brotherhood. Like when they go to the fucking coal mining town.
I don't.
yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I feel like it does those
Use well.
those less serious scenes better, and I feel like it does those one-off kind of
like when Al found the
not monster of the week, but one-off like conflicts of the week
like
better. Yeah,
like when
I really like those aspects of 03.
Al got the cat when he found the cat and just Ed's reaction. Like,
Yeah,
That was.
and you just hit him
when they
funny.
actually,
in his armor.
When they act like brothers, like it's done a lot
Yeah.
better there.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt, go.
One thing I love is the color palette of the show.
Ooh,
Like that goes back to the animation, which Josh said is great. But one of the things that I noticed is that everything, the show mixes really colorful color palettes with this murky brown to make everything
it's
look
like
dirty.
washed. It's like washed out, but vibrant at the same
Yeah,
time.
and it looks really cool. Like,
and it adds to the gritty, dark atmosphere.
yeah, it looks
Yeah.
down and dirty, to be honest.
It looks like someone took the cells and rubbed them in a mud pile before they put them on screen.
Yeah, another one of my favorite aspects, and this goes into maybe spoilers, is I feel a lot of the homunculus stuff is done leagues better in here than it is in Brotherhood.
I will agree with Lust.
Yeah.
Lust was done much better in this
mainly
version.
referring to the main three, Lust, Gluttony, and Envy. I feel are done better in Envy comes close in Brotherhood because of the second half of Brotherhood, but I feel she has more of a character in 03 than it does.
It.
It
I'll
does.
just say he.
We can't label that thing by gender. We've talked about this before.
But yeah, I can agree with you on that. Both Lust and Gluttony really don't have any backstory in
Brotherhood. Lust especially gets so much to do in 03,
Yeah.
and she's a great character. The rest of the ones are a mixed bag. I also love the origin of the foam homunculus in this version a lot.
I really didn't like the origin that much of the homunculus in that one. I preferred it in Brotherhood where they were...
Shane, you're the tiebreaker. You need to... Which one are you in? Do you like the origin of the homunculus? Because I really like it.
No, I think I'll agree on that, because especially since recently I have been rewatching Brotherhood, and the homunculus just kind of show up without any explanation until later on. But you don't really delve into, like...
Yeah.
They don't really have any character motives other than they want a Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, that's fine.
Father.
You know what? Exactly, that's fine. And that's everyone's opinion, man.
Yeah.
Especially specifically Lust is the main example that's done way better in 03, because she has a rich, engaging backstory that really develops her character and how she ended up being the bitch that she ended up being.
It's like...
Yeah, I'll agree with Matt.
It's hard. They're both great.
Moving on!
And the last pretty much aspect that I really liked about it was so you know how in the first like 25 episodes or so of '03 they kind of like they have that large chunk of time, that large flashback in the middle where it goes back in time and we see like how they became they became the state alchemists and stuff, and how they got to that point. I feel that in terms of a storytelling perspective, that was a brilliant decision. Because the manga, this is the one actual criticism I have about Brotherhood and the manga. The manga has this problem too. They do not go... is that everything about them becoming alchemists feels extremely rushed.
Yeah.
They what happens is they lose their mother, then they go to the place, they become state alchemists, and then they're on the search for the Philosopher's Stone. It's literally bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
That's true. They actually show the process of them getting their state alchemists titles in 03.
Brotherhood, I think it was only one episode where...
They spend an entire episode on it.
It's basically... Mustang goes to the house, he's like, what the hell did you do? And they're like, hey, you can become an alchemist. Then it's Ed going off to do his training. And then right after, it's like, hey, here's your title, Fullmetal Alchemist. And then it puts him on the train heading off to Lior, and it's like, oh, okay.
It's like, bruh. Here they actually
I like how in 03 that they actually show the process of him taking the state alchemist exam and everything that goes into it.
And putting Nina in the flashback as opposed to like afterwards is a smart move.
And like the fight with it had the fight with fucking Mustang, which was amazing.
Oh yeah, both badass and fucking hilarious at the same time. Now we're gonna get into the part that I think most people want to hear: nitpicks and criticisms, because the internet is all about the internet's all about that negativity. Am I right?
The internet only cares about what sucks.
So now this does not need to be actual criticisms either. It could yes, it is. You can have actual criticisms, but it could also be pointless ass nitpicks. Like, what is one thing that bothered you that doesn't affect the show at all, but is just something that bothers you?
Oh,
we're gonna start off with Shane here.
Okay. My one main criticism, which is pretty apparent, and, you know, I'm sure most people would agree with me, is that, seeing as how this series does not directly follow the manga, and it was airing as the manga was still being written, I feel like a lot of the the anime only stuff really
varies in quality.
It varies it extremely varies in quality. Some of it's great, and some of it's poo. And I feel like, especially in the second half, it's plagued by a lot of that inconsistency.
Yeah.
That's my main criticism. Obviously, Brotherhood did it better, following directly the manga. But another little nitpick I have of O3, which is these are the only two things I have wrong with it. I didn't like Wrath.
Really? Because I love Raph.
I didn't really like Raph.
I like Raph in this. So
granted, I haven't rewatched O3 since I watched it the first time like 3 years ago.
Same here.
So maybe if I rewatched it now with the mindset I have now, I might like him better.
yeah, I like Raph a lot. I think the idea of making I like the idea of making Raph a kid is kind of a genius idea. Cause
I like it. I like his backstory.
oh, his backstory is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
But also making him a kid, I think, is a smart move because what is angrier than someone who's than like a fucking than a YouTube raid streamer, a kid.
Oh my god. Yeah, that is true.
You know, I do like his backstory, and I do like what they did with his character and his relation to Izumi. But at the end of the day, I just honestly I kind of found him annoying, which didn't really help. That's just me. That's just me being dumb, and I'm probably the only person that feels that way. But those are my criticisms.
Any like stupid ass nitpicks?
Not really.
Alright.
Other than the second half is plagued with inconsistent anime only shit.
I have a nitpick, and it's a really stupid one. But like, you know how like what is the point of Black Hayate? Fucking the Risa's dog.
know.
What is the point of her dog?
I don't know.
She gets the dog in episode 13 because they make a big deal about this dog. They're like, oh, who can hold who like we can't have the dog, and so Risa fucking decides to take in the dog, and then what does the dog do? Nothing. Total of jack fucking shit. To me, I find like there's nothing I hate more in anime than like the pointless, what I call pointless mascot characters, where they literally just exist to sell like fucking plushies. And Black Hayate is one of those, and it's annoying as fuck.
Yep.
I also have like legitimate problems with a lot of the second half, like with Shane
Yep.
has mainly because it's plagued with filler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's plagued with padding and filler. At least past episode 40, that pretty much goes away, and then it just goes into overdrive of just nonstop,
Yeah.
just
I think- Oh, sorry, Matt.
nonstop full force. It's going.
Yeah.
And I also feel that while I think the actual ending itself works, like the last episode itself is really good.
Yeah.
And the ending thematically works.
Mm-hmm.
My problem isn't with that. My problem is with the twist of the twist itself.
Yeah.
The actual twist of the whole how Amestris is an alternate parallel universe, and that the deaths in our world power the alchemic reactions in Amestris.
Yeah.
It
I like the way
doesn't work for me.
I love the way they explained it in Brotherhood, where it's the tectonic shifts in Earth that power the alchemy.
Yeah, and
That
not
seems-
literally human souls.
Yeah.
Yeah, the actual ending itself is fine.
It was fine. It was fine. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I like the actual ending itself, but the actual twist itself doesn't work. Josh, what are your nitpicks and criticisms?
My
Please tell.
my only big criticism was Hohenheim. I wish
Really?
they would have given him more story.
Huh.
He really just was rushed in and then taken out right back away.
I feel like they included Hohenheim because
They
felt like they needed to include Hohenheim.
The only
I don't
reason
think they really needed to.
that
Hohenheim was
yeah.
the way they had the manga, like where they split. Hohenheim had not been introduced yet, so they didn't need him in there.
That was my only real criticism, was Hohenheim.
Yeah.
I really can't think of any nitpicks. It's been so long since I've watched it.
Nitpicks. So since we've gone through most of the stuff, any other like random last final thoughts that you want to go over?
Great anime. Got some
Great
problems,
anime.
but in the end, it's still quality. Watch it if you haven't, and then go to Brotherhood. Fucking. Actually, you know what? I will mention one thing. I've heard this a couple times though, because historically the first half of Brotherhood is the first chunk of Brotherhood is inferior to the first half of 03. So I've heard more than one person say, watch 03 up until the 5th lab and then switch over to Brotherhood. And then that way you can get like a full experience.
Yeah, personally, I don't think you should do that because
I don't either.
Because, and here's why. 03 does a great job setting up the anime only portion in those first 25 episodes.
Yeah.
And because of that, a lot of the events in there would be very confusing to those in Brotherhood and contradict.
Yeah.
So what I think you should do, and what everyone should do, and I tell people to do, but they don't do it, watch both shows. Just watch fucking both shows.
You know what? Sure, it'll take a long time, but you'll get enjoyment about watching both shows, and it'll give you a lot of. It gives you a lot of insight. It lets you compare and contrast them.
And watch the
just watch.
Yeah,
both.
watch the original first too, because it'll give you more appreciation. If you watch Brotherhood first, you're not gonna like 03, but if you watch 03 first, you are going to get more appreciation for more.
Like,
03.
I am glad that I did watch 03
here,
first.
When I watched Brotherhood, I fucking loved that ending so much for Brotherhood, because I was like, finally we can see some good closure with them compared to the 03.
Yeah, let's not get into it.
Yeah, there we go. Let's just not get into it.
Yeah. With that, out of final scores, out of 10, by the way, fucking final scores.
Josh?
8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10. All right.
Yeah, I got to agree with Josh. Solid 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
I was contemplating 8.5, but then the more I thought about it, the more I think that the second half kind of falters too much. So, solid 8 out of 10.
I'm going to go a little high. I'm going to go 9 out of 10.
Really?
I feel 9 out of 10. I feel the stuff in 03 when it works, it's beyond good. Like it's so good. Like the problems I have with it are like the only real problem I have with it is the filler, and that's like the twist, and that's literally it. Like it's so, and even then, when I rewatch 03, I don't have those problems with it. It's always after the fact that I realize they don't make sense. When I'm actually watching it, they don't bother me, which is very rare for me. But those problems do exist, so I can't give it a perfect. So it's a 9 out of 10 from me.
Man, then how are you gonna rate Brotherhood when we get to Brotherhood?
What do you think?
I'm gonna give it. If you take a look at my anime list, it's 8 out of 10 for 03 and 10 out of 10 for Brotherhood.
Yeah, and with that, we have wrapped up our discussion on Fullmetal Alchemist.
Alrighty.
And now it's time to pick the next featured anime.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
And now what we're doing here is every other show, we're gonna rotate between one I pick and one that the site randomanime.org picks.
Which means this week is a randomizer.
It's a randomized shit. It doesn't, even if we haven't seen it.
This is gonna be good.
Now here's what Josh gets to join up in this. What we do is we can pick up the 3 different genres, and then we pick whatever anime comes out, whatever anime poops out. That's the featured anime.
Okay, so
I'm scared.
Okay, here are all of the genres. We have action.
Okay.
adventure, comedy, drama, ecchi, fantasy, game, harem, mecha, horror, music, mystery, parody, psychological, romance, school, slice of life, sports, and supernatural.
I'll put my votes in.
I missed half of that.
I'm going to say if we do 3, slice of life, comedy, and
You all need to agree on it, too. So, has to agree on the first genre. Which one do you want it to be? Action, adventure, comedy, drama?
I agree on comedy.
So, comedy? Alright, so comedy. Do you just want to leave it there? And,
no.
Or no.
do you want,
Let's pick 2 more.
do you want to add slice of life onto it? Because that makes it a lot more broader with comedy.
Is he in the mood for a slice of life, though?
I'm not really feeling the slice of life.
Alright.
Do you want to do an action comedy?
I will always pick action.
Okay, so action?
Okay.
So action, comedy, and third one.
Ecchi.
No!
That's the only thing I would be able to go good with.
No, please don't.
You got adventure, drama, ecchi,
Ooh,
fantasy, game,
adventure.
harem, horror, mecha,
Let's do
music.
You want to do adventure?
I have action, adventure, comedy. That's the most generic.
I'm okay with that.
And next time we do this, you also can just pick all genres and just pick a random one entirely.
So what are we doing? Action, adventure, comedy?
Action, adventure, comedy.
Okay, let's go. And the anime
let's see. Who
you have picked that the anime gets. Drum roll.
Oh God.
We got a good one. Next week's featured anime is a longtime classic, Cowboy Bebop.
Oh
Yes!
yeah! All right, I gotta.
Oh shit!
It's time for me to watch Cowboy Bebop.
Oh fuck! Here we go.
Oh yes!
Cowboy Bebop, classified as an action adventure comedy drama.
Time to give me a reason to finally fucking watch it.
Oh my god! I was so scared.
Oh fucking hell!
Because it could have been anything. Fuck. Oh, we hit the jackpot.
Damn.
Cowboy Bebop. And
All
Hey,
right.
Cowboy Bebop is
Bebop will
the
be
anime of the week.
podcast
Next
featured
episode.
anime.
I would love to be there again for that one.
Yeah. And with that wonderful piece of news, I think it's time for us to wrap up.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was so scared,
Oh
but
my
it turned out to be
God.
okay.
Holy shit.
And with that,
That's like when we did random on Crunchyroll and the first thing we got was JoJo. It's like, okay.
yeah, it's that was good. Like, but yeah, dude, my heart was about to my heart when I stopped when I saw that. I'm like these people did it. They did it.
All right.
Oh my god.
All right. And with that, I think it's time for us to wrap up. So
Yeah.
Yep.
with that, I'm gonna thank you for Josh for being here on
Hey,
the.
thank you for having me, man.
Thank you for Josh.
Thank you for Josh. Thank God for Josh.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, it's been great having you. It's good having you here, and we hope to have you again sometime. Maybe next week if you finish
Hell.
Cowboy Bebop in time.
Listen, you know
Yeah.
how much of a fucking weeb I am. I'm sure I can watch it by the end of this weekend.
You know what? Bebop isn't very long, so it's very possible to finish it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
I don't
every
need.
2 weeks?
Yeah, it's every 2 weeks.
God, I can finish
Yeah, it's every
it by
2
then.
weeks.
I
You
thought
can watch
said-
it twice.
I thought it was next week.
Yeah, give me some fucking credit.
I thought it was next week, man. Hot damn, I
no.
can do this easy.
No, it's
No, this is a bi-weekly show, son.
yeah, this is a
Alright.
bi-weekly show. This is I like to thank. I also like to thank the randomanime.org for not cucking us.
I'd like to thank,
Yeah, I'm very thankful
I'd
for
like to
that.
thank Crunchyroll for not sponsoring us.
I'd like to thank Crunchyroll for the impending sponsorship that we still have not gotten.
Nuts.
I'd like to thank them for simulcasting all the hottest anime, only hours after they air in Japan.
I'd like to thank High School DD for announcing us next season.
Oh my god.
I'd like to thank Toei for fucking canceling Super.
I'd like to thank
Because who needs that shit?
I'd like to thank Hentai Haven for being the greatest site in the world.
Okay, yeah, we're done here.
Okay, we're done. Cut it.
Sponsor us.
Yeah, my name is Matthew, aka Legion Rex, and this is my co-host Shane, aka the Bearded One.
Remember, still not as bad as Dead Samurai in an elevator.
God.
Put the screenshot up.
Alright.
And yeah, we're done here.
Yep.
Thank you for listening to The G.A.P. If you like what you've seen, you can subscribe to the G.A.P Podcast YouTube channel to get the latest podcasts as they go live. Be sure to like and comment and let us know what you guys think of the show. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.